said, Lauren, do you want to Come Back Home on your set? And I said, as long as I can have confetti.
And that was how I got confetti.
Woo! If you know the beginning of my career, then you'll know this next song. It's one I love. It's called How Can It Be? Here we go.
You break my chains, you overcome. You gave your life to give me mine. You say that I am free. Yes, you say it, oh you say it. You be my call, you plead it up. Every time you break my chains, you overcome. You gave your life to give me mine. You say that I am free. How can it be? Oh, how can it be? How can it be? How can it be? Though I fall, you can make me new. From this death, though I will rise with you. Oh, the grace reaching out for me. Oh, how can it be? Yes, to God fall. Though I fall, you can make me new. From this death, I will rise with you. All the grace reaching out for me. Oh, yeah. You right my wrongs. You break my chains. You overcome. You gave your life, Jesus, to give me mine. You say that we are free. Yes, we are free. How can it be? How can it be? Oh,
I love singing that song. It takes me back to the beginning. It takes me back to the very, very beginning. And I think that's a good thing to remember where you came from. People always say, what is it that keeps you so grounded? I said, well, I'm from the swamp. So we don't have much ground around there, but we do have some marsh. I just love that song because it reminds me of all the places that God walks with us. And sometimes it feels like even in the desert, even in the valley, even in the worst moment, the worst time of your life, He feels far away. He feels distant. But that song reminds me that even in the worst of time, when I have been my worst, or when life provided the worst outcome possible, and I maybe didn't handle it well, the proximity to God never changes. He doesn't leave us. He doesn't forsake us. He can sit with us in our humanity and know us. I think it's interesting that the Bible says, be still and know that I'm God. Be still. The process of being still. When a lot of times we just want to run. We want to run away from the things that trouble us. We want to run away from the things that cause us pain or sorrow. We want to run away from loneliness. But the sitting, there's something really profound about sitting. Waiting. Wait upon the Lord and He will renew your strength. There's something really profound about that act. And we had 560 days to think a lot. And to sit a lot. And when I was sitting, I realized God sat with me and He said, Lauren, you have exchanged priorities. You have exchanged purpose. And I thought to myself, why have I missed out on the joy of what I get to do? This place became a place of chaos for me. It was awesome. I love singing. I'll never not love singing. It's my favorite thing in the world. But I remember, we got one singer in the building. But I remember thinking, man, even when I sing, I'm still thinking about what I have to do. And there was this exchange of priority where I removed the purpose of just spreading the hope of the gospel, the hope of the Lord, the hope of all mankind. I exchanged that with the priorities of the world. Am I doing this the right way? Is my voice sounding good tonight? Are they going to notice that I'm hoarse? Well, guess what? I'm hoarse every night. It is what it is. I have a raspy voice. It's like all of these things that took the place of the purpose. And in that, my joy was robbed. The joy of getting to do this. This is a privilege. This is a luxury. If there's anything I've learned, this is a luxury. The fact that we all get to sit and be together and sing and dance and have a good time. It is so beautiful to me. It's so beautiful. It's so rich. And it becomes all the more rich when I know that people walk out of this room with hope for tomorrow. And a lot of times it can look just like a good show, and that's great, and I love it. But the thing about it is Jesus doesn't want to miss a moment. He doesn't want to miss a moment with you. I don't know what you came in here with tonight. I don't know if it's sorrow. I don't know if you've just been diagnosed with an illness that seems like it's rattling your being. I don't know if it's depression. I don't know if it's fear or worry for what's to come. I don't know if it's uncertainty. I don't know if it's pain from the past. But I do know that I have found a hope that lasts for a lifetime. Even in the worst of time, even in the worst of seasons, there is a hope, there is a rock that I can cling to. And the beauty, He is a firm foundation. I have experienced sorrow. I have experienced loneliness. And a lot of times people say, those Jesus people, they're crazy. And that's fine. I'd rather be crazy than boring, so. And don't take that the wrong way. That's not to say that people that don't know Jesus are boring. I'm saying that I would rather decide on the crazy, because I like the crazy. I had to learn that, with high school boyfriends and stuff. I'm gonna take it too far. Okay, so reeling me back in. I just say all that to say that He is a firm foundation, and I know it because He became my confidant. He became my companion. And in a moment of time when I could have run from Him because I was unsure of what was to come, I said, God, if you could just give me dreams or give me visions or give me something to hold on to. And I started seeing all these. I would literally be brushing my teeth, or I'd be driving a car, but don't tell the police officers. I'd be driving and the windshield would become a stage. And I would see people, I don't know how I didn't get in a wreck, praise the Lord. But I would see stages and I would see people and I would see tour buses and all these things. And I thought to myself, God, am I losing my mind? Is this cabin fever? Am I going crazy? Or are you trying to prepare me for something? And it says those without vision, they'll perish. But oh, the beauty of the eyes that behold the things that are to come. Man, it's a rich experience, and I know that He can give you hope for tomorrow, because those were the things that I held on to. I held on to them like little hope nuggets. And they were great. And I'm not here to deduce the power of hope, because it's amazing. It really is. But it became a friend in a really wearisome time. And it's why I get to sing today, because what was deposited in the waiting, what was deposited in being still, allowed me to see beyond my circumstance. It gave me a platform to stand on so that I can sing and be here with all of you guys tonight. And if you're in, I love it, yes. If you're in one of those seasons where you're waiting and it's stillness and it feels like, somebody once said this, and I'll stop talking because I'll talk your head off, I love to talk. But somebody once told me, a lot of times when you're in the midst of a really dark season, or a really dark time, a really heavy time, a really painful time, a difficult time even, you feel like you're sitting in a pit because it's dark and it's grim. But a lot of times it's just that you're in the middle of the tunnel and you can't see the light quite yet. You know those really, really long tunnels where you can't see the light at the end quite yet? And maybe that's all you need to hear. Maybe you just came here so that you can hear. Don't let the pit overtake you, because it just might be a tunnel. And it might seem like a long journey, but the other side will get there. It will get there. And life is worth living, it's worth holding on to. We have a hope for tomorrow. So in my sitting, well, I sat a couple times, but the past one, that was the long season, 560 days. I had the Lord just tell me, remember where you came from. Remember what it is that you love about doing this. And so I said, every night, God, I'm going to worship. I'm going to sing an old song, and I'm just going to worship you. And I'm just going to invite your presence. And whatever happens in the room, I'm all about it. If y'all want to break out in a crazy dance, you're more than welcome. If you want to run around, you're more than welcome. If you want to sit, you're more than welcome. If you want to throw confetti in the air, I love it. But this is an old song, and it's called I exalt thee. And that's all you say over and over and over and over and over again. But I believe that as we lift up his name, as we remember who he is, and if you don't know who he is, that's fine. You're still welcome to be here. He'll show you who he is by the end of the night. That's okay. If you are here, just reflect on the things that he's done. And maybe it's like digging through a really deep, dark chest. You're like, it has been so many years that I've thought about God's kindness, or God's love, or God's patience, or his willing to understand versus his willingness to condemn. Maybe it's been a long time since you've been reflecting on things, but I'm telling you, it lifts your spirits, takes heavy burdens, it changes things. It allows gratitude to be something you reflect upon instead of the thing in the moment that's ripping you to pieces. So this song is very simple. You're more than welcome to sing it with us. You're more than welcome to sit and just listen. Whatever it is that you need in this moment, just take a moment. Take a moment. It's beautiful. Oh, I exalt thee. I exalt thee. Yes, I exalt thee. Oh, Lord, lift your voice tonight. Oh, I exalt thee. Yes, I exalt thee, Lord. Oh, I exalt thee. Oh, Lord, we thank you, Jesus. Yes, I exalt thee. Oh, I exalt thee, Lord. I exalt thee. Oh, Lord. I so deep. Oh. So breathe, oh breath of life.